Welcome to the deep dive. When you walk into a high-end retail store or a massive casino, there's always this very specific vibe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you don't usually notice the sound system, right?
Oh,
But it is actively shaping exactly how you feel. So today, we're looking at a stack of technical specs and hardware manuals for the QSC AD-S4T-WH surface mount loudspeaker.
it is quite the stack of manuals, honestly.
Right, it really is. And our mission today is to decode these sources to understand the invisible acoustic science that builds those environments you visit every day. At about $520 a pair, these things are just hiding in plain sight everywhere you go.
They really are.
Okay, let's unpack this because at its core, we're looking at a 4.5-inch weather-treated woofer and a 0.75-inch silk dome tweeter.
Yeah, and to understand why architects specifically choose this unit for premium spaces, we really have to look at how it actively shapes sound waves.
Wait, let me push back a second here. We're talking about background music in a mall, right? Or a lobby. Do we really need laser-focused technology just to play ambient tunes?
You'd be surprised.
Because, well, isn't that complete overkill? I always imagined acoustic design for those spaces was like a perfectly blended cocktail, like you just mix the sounds in the room until you can't taste where the spirit ends, the mixer begins.
What's fascinating here is that your cocktail analogy, it actually captures the end goal perfectly, but not the mechanism of how we get there.
Oh, okay. How so?
Well, in any two-way speaker, the woofer handles the low frequencies, that's the heavy lifting, and the tweeter handles the highs. But there is a literal frequency crossover point where they have to hand the sound off to each other.
Like a relay race or something.
Exactly like a relay race. The woofer is the heavy runner, the tweeter is the sprinter, right? And the crossover point is the baton pass.
Gotcha.
So without specific engineering, those runners bump into each other, the baton drops, and you get this really jarring audio dead spot.
Ah, right. So if you step like 2 feet to the left, the music suddenly sounds harsh and tinny.
Yeah, which completely breaks the illusion of the space. Which brings us to a technology called directivity matched transition, or DMT.
EMP.
Yeah, and this system actively matches the trajectory of those sound waves right at the crossover point. It aligns the runner's stride perfectly during the handoff,
Oh, wow.
which creates an even 120-degree conical coverage. So no matter where you move inside that cone, the audio remains perfectly balanced.
So DMT solves the problem of keeping the sound even across a room.
Yeah.
But casinos and theme parks have another problem, right? Like, these speakers are outside 24/7.
Oh, constantly exposed to the elements. Yeah.
Right, so how does the sound stay consistent when the hardware is getting hammered by a rainstorm? Or literally sagging under its own weight on a pole? Here's where it gets really interesting, because I was looking at the physical specs, and they build these things like absolute tanks.
They really do.
Yeah, it has this rugged ABS plastic shell, and they even hide the raw, the 4-pole Euroblock wiring connections under a sealed cover so moisture can't get in.
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture of architectural design, you realize how critical those physical specs are to an actual installer.
Right.
Because this unit has an IP54 rating. In human terms, that means dust and splashing water simply won't degrade the internal components. You can mount it on an exposed patio without a second thought.
And what about the sagging issue over time?
Right, to address your point about sagging, it uses an award-winning X-mount system.
Okay.
Yeah, so once it's installed on a wall or a ceiling at a specific angle, it mechanically locks into place.
Oh, so once it's aimed at the crowd, it just stays aimed at the crowd. No slipping.
Precisely. In any orientation.
That makes sense. But what about the scale of these places? Because I saw something in the notes about a 70-volt transformer.
Ah, yeah. That is the real secret to scaling up.
How does that work?
Well, a 70 or 100-volt system lets installers basically daisy-chain dozens of these speakers across a massive airport terminal, all on a single wire.
Wow, without the audio signal dropping off at the end of the line.
Exactly. But, and this is key, it also has an 8-ohm bypass.
Meaning what? You can flip a switch?
Yep, you flip a switch and use that exact same speaker for a small, intimate patio or cafe setup. One single speaker model handles both extremes effortlessly.
So what does this all mean? When you translate the raw performance numbers like the 50-watt RMS power handling and that 110 decibel peak volume.
Which can easily cut through the roar of a busy train station, by the way.
Right. Plus, you get a 6-year warranty with registration. You start to realize this isn't just a speaker you just slap on a wall. It is a precision environmental tool.
It really is. Which leaves you with a final thought to consider.
Yeah.
The next time you find yourself wandering through a busy concourse or a restaurant, just take a moment to look up.
Right. Find the speakers.
Yeah, because if audio engineering can perfectly and seamlessly hide in plain sight while controlling how fast you walk or how relaxed you feel, what other invisible designs in that room are subtly manipulating your choices right now?